Hi everyone, Joe Vitale of Vitale Wealth Management here with this week's Gradient Investments Market Update. All information is gathered as of the week of January 12th, 2026. Hope everything's going great for you so far in this winter tundra, this frozen tundra. Oh my goodness, we are in the thick of it. Let's get into the week in review. Major U.S. stock indexes ended the week modestly down. The NASDAQ was down 0.66, S&P fell 0.36, and the Dow 0.28. Now, value stocks outperformed growth with the Russell 1000 value up 0.65, while the Russell 1000 growth was down 1.19. Small cap stocks, as measured by the Russell 2000, outpaced its larger peers for the second consecutive week, rising 2.05% for the week and 7.92% year to date. Now, it's a shortened trading week this week in honor of MLK on Monday, so there's no trading on Monday. Upcoming economic releases, key economic data this week will provide insight into inflation trends. The U.S. consumer and growth and GDP, gross domestic product report. So the PCE, which is a personal consumption expenditures, will be released on Thursday, providing further insights into the path of inflation. The same day, we'll see the second estimate of Q3 GDP. This growth will offer a revised update of the latest GDP growth numbers. Now on Friday, the consumer sentiment data will be published, offering insight in consumer confidence. So we're also seeing President Trump's in Davos right now, Switzerland, talking about what's happening. And of course, the market reacted very favorably this morning. Yesterday it was down because of tariff talk. Again, today it's up. The latest consumer price index showed inflation holding steady in December, while the headline price is rising at 2.7% annually. Excluding the more volatile food and energy components, core inflation was also unchanged at 2.6%. Attention now turns to the PCE, personal consumption expenditures index, which will offer additional insight into the inflation trajectory and is the Federal Reserve's preferred inflation measure. With the report set to be released just ahead of next week's Fed meeting, it will be closely watched for its potential impact on interest rate expectations. Q4 earnings season kicked off last week with reports from major banks delivering mixed results overall. And as of Friday, analysts estimate that the earnings in the financial sector rose 6.6% in the fourth quarter, trailing the 8.2% average growth expected across all 11 S&P sectors, according to the FactSet. Now, in information technology, IT is projected to lead earnings growth, while consumer discretionary is expected to post the weaker results. Let's talk about the recent activity. There were no changes to the gradient investment portfolios last week, although we did talk about the small and mid-cap portfolio, which is a new portfolio this year for Gradient. Really excited about that. I think we need to jump in and get a piece of that for diversification as well. But in the portfolios, JP Morgan, which is owned in the Core Select and G50, reported better than expected earnings. While revenues missed, the bank also issued a record outlook for net interest income in 2026. Shares were down 3.7% for the week. C, which is Citigroup, which is also in the contrarian choice and the G50, beat earnings expectations but reported a profit decline, driven by higher expenses due to its final phase of its overhaul and restructuring efforts, including additional job cuts for the year. Shares were up 0.29% for the week. So that's it for this week's market commentary. Remember, get a hold of us, 855-756-5700. Visit us at vitalewealth.com. We're talking right now, we want to look at getting that small and mid-cap portfolio into everybody's hands. I think it'd be a great addition. Of course, we have the precious metals portfolio, the digital discovery. We've got everybody pretty well diversified right now, but any questions, definitely reach out, give us a call. Hope you're keeping warm and staying warm in this freezing weather. God bless you. We'll see you again. I will not be here next week. I got to tell you, I will not be here next week. We'll be out of town. Next week, we've got a company trip, so we will be out of town for the week, but we will see you the following week. God bless you. See you soon.